Top 5 Best presents Guy reportedly beat up for spoiling Endgame outside cinema. To make your day just a little bit more interesting, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be excited by more wild stories like this one every day. To say that Avengers Endgame is generally considered a good movie that did well enough to gain its money back is a bit of an understatement. As of the time of this recording, Avengers Endgame continues to remain at the top of the box office and continues to blow past previous box office records. It could honestly be argued that the film is a cultural phenomenon, having created discussions and opinions throughout the world. In fact, we've even seen people so emotionally afflicted by the film that they broke out in tears seeing the ending. At this point, we are past the spoiler embargo, so I could discuss a few spoilers without much backlash. But if you're one of the 3 people on Earth who has somehow neither seen nor had it spoiled for you, you won't get your impressive streak broken here. But before that embargo lifts, even casual fans who are technically not beholden to such embargoes collectively agreed not to spoil the film. Well, mostly. Even with truly impressive displays of cooperation among humanity, such as the refusal to spoil Endgame, such people just don't like to play along. But for an event as impressive as Endgame, it is a volatile game to play to spoil the film for one's own enjoyment, as one unfortunate fan discovered. You'd have to be living under a rock to have avoided any of the hype surrounding Avengers Endgame. Let's face it, it's the most talked about film of the year, and although the film's director, the acclaimed Russo brothers, have repeatedly asked fans not to spoil the Endgame, it appears some just can't help themselves. One man who did decide to spoil the highly anticipated film for others immediately regretted it though, as he was reportedly beaten up for doing so. As reported by Asia One, local reports suggest a man in Hong Kong was attacked outside a screening of Avengers Endgame when he revealed secret spoilers of the film. The incident reportedly took place outside a cinema in Causeway Bay, Hong Kong, when the man allegedly shouted out spoilers just outside the cinema. This led to fans of the franchise attacking him, with people claiming they heard someone loudly revealing spoilers at the entrance. A picture of the man in question has been circulating online, with some people questioning whether the event actually happened. However, people in attendance say they did hear the man ruining the film. According to Taiwanese media, as per Asia One, cinema-goers were fuming and decided to teach the unknown man a lesson. Hopefully he wasn't hurt too badly, as it may be a bit of an extreme reaction to beat down the guy for spoiling the film. But also, perhaps he could have considered not spoiling it, as the directors implored fans not to do it. There's recently been some backlash against superhero films in general by some moviegoers. The idea seems to be that there are so many that the market is oversaturated by them. This is understandable to a certain degree, but even if this is your stance, it is very difficult to argue that Avengers Endgame is not a cinematic achievement. Endgame is a film that takes 22 films over the course of 10 years worth of continuity and gives them all a satisfying conclusion with almost no loose ends. Chances are, at least one of the films that Avengers Endgame is a conclusion for has touched you in some way, so it is probably fair to call Endgame a cultural phenomenon, a very special event that many people desire to experience in its purest form. We may never see anything else like it, so you've got to expect that people will be passionate about it. With that said, while physically harming people is nearly always wrong, you shouldn't deliberately provoke people by loudly spoiling the biggest movie ever just outside the theater. They shouldn't retaliate violently, but that doesn't mean they won't. Thank you for watching. Tap one of the 2 videos on the screen for another interesting story.